Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into what is basically the ultimate financial cheat code, the time value of money. If you've ever thought a dollar is just a dollar, no matter when you hold it, get ready for a serious perspective shift. The reality is, the value of money isn't static. It changes depending on exactly when it's sitting in your hand.
So, let me ask you, would you rather have $1,000 right now, today, or $1,000 exactly 1 year from now? Intuitively, almost everyone would say, I'll take the cash today. But why is that? Aside from just wanting instant gratification, there's a very real mathematical reason for it: opportunity cost. By waiting a year, you are missing out on whatever that money could have been doing for you during all that time.
And that brings us to the core concept, the time value of money, or TVM. It's the fundamental idea that money received today is actually worth more than the exact same amount received in the future. Why? Because of its ability to earn a return. A dollar today can be put to work for you immediately. A dollar tomorrow simply cannot.
Here is our roadmap for today's time-traveling journey. First, we'll look at how money moves through time. Second, interest as a propelling force. Third, finding future value. Fourth, the power of compounding. And finally, mapping your own financial timeline. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. Money moves through time, present versus future.
To truly grasp TVM, you really have to stop thinking of your bank balance as just a static snapshot and start thinking of it as a traveler moving along a timeline. Present value, or PV, is anchored to today. It asks, what is a future pile of cash actually worth right now? Future value, or FV, sits in the future, asking the exact opposite. What will the money I have today become later on? Moving forward in time is growing your wealth. Moving backward is discounting it.
All right, Section 2. Interest, the propelling force.
If your money is traveling from the present to the future, interest is the engine propelling it. A lot of people think of interest as just some textbook math variable, but it's much more than that. It is your literal financial compensation for parting with your cash. You're giving up opportunity, right? So you demand a reward. And this is exactly why interest impacts future value so heavily. The higher the rate, the bigger your compensation for waiting, and the significantly larger your future value becomes.
Imagine tracking this growth. You start today with your initial cash. A year passes and boom, that money has worked for you and earned interest. Year 2 rolls around, more interest piles on. By year 3, your original cash plus all that accumulated interest has completely transformed into your future money.
Moving on to Section 3, finding your future value, the math of growth.
So how do we actually calculate that final destination? Well, we use the future value formula. FV equals PV times 1 plus R, all raised to the power of n. I know, it sounds a little like alphabet soup, but this simple equation is basically a universal translator for figuring out exactly how your wealth builds.
Let's quickly unpack those letters. PV is your present value, your starting point right now. FV is your ending destination. That lowercase r, that's your interest rate. Think of it as the top speed of your financial time machine. And n is the number of periods, basically how long your money is going to be time traveling. If you crank up that speed r or increase the travel time n, you arrive at a massively larger future value.
Which brings us to Section 4, the power of compounding, accelerated growth.
If interest is our engine, compounding is absolutely the rocket fuel. With simple interest, growth is just linear. You're only earning on your starting principal. But with compound interest, it's a whole different ballgame. Your previously accumulated interest actually begins to earn its own interest. Your interest basically has babies, and then those babies have babies. The base grows and your wealth accelerates exponentially. And you know, the frequency of this compounding matters so much. It doesn't just have to happen annually, it can happen semi-annually, quarterly, or even monthly. The more often your money compounds, the faster your future value just explodes upward. Why? Because you're calculating interest on a slightly larger base every single time it ticks over.
To really picture this magic in action, imagine investing the exact same starting amount for 10 years, but at 3 different rates: 2%, 5%, and 10%. That 10% rate doesn't just grow a little bit more, it absolutely dominates the others. A higher interest rate exponentially impacts your future value over time, entirely thanks to that incredible snowball effect of compounding.
Finally, Section 5, mapping your financial timeline, blueprint for success.
So how do we actually put all this into practice intuitively? You use the TVM timeline method.
Step 1. Literally map out a timeline in your head or on paper. Mark today as time 0 and mark your future period. Step 2. Identify what you know and what you don't know. Step 3. Pinpoint your rate and your periods and make sure they perfectly align. And only then, Step 4, select your formula and calculate. Visualizing it first anchors your logic before you ever even touch a calculator.
But you've got to tread carefully here to avoid some classic traps. Confusing present value with future value is a massive one. Doing that basically means you're accidentally inventing a time machine just to send your money backward into the past. Another huge trap is using an annual interest rate when the compounding is actually happening monthly, or just forgetting to convert your periods. Always make sure your rate and your time periods are speaking the exact same language.
Understanding the time value of money completely changes how you view every single dollar you own. $10,062.66. That is the kind of massive, compounded future value that can happen just by letting a really small monthly investment travel forward through time, gathering interest along the way. Your money has the potential to do absolutely incredible things if you just give it the time and the rate it needs to grow. Which leaves me with one final question for you. Now that you know the actual rules of financial time travel, when are you going to start your timeline?